This is a usability test for the performance tracking system for a course in the MBA program, which is Management Accounting, Managerial Accounting, and Analysis, Accounting 300. I have Andrea here, who is a tester for for this performance tracking system. And hi, Andrea.
Hello.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your profile?
Sure. So I have been teaching for 20 years. Before that, I got my bachelor's in Spanish at Loyola, and then I got my master's of education at Loyola as well. And then I started teaching high school Spanish back in 1998. I'm still teaching high school Spanish. As a teacher, I have used a few different learning management systems. I started out with Moodle. I've learned about some others like Google Classroom. My school currently uses Canvas, so I use that a fair amount. And there's good and bad points to Canvas, but overall I like it.
Okay, great. So here, the test you're going to be doing, the usability test is going to be on Blackboard. Okay. So I'm going to read out certain tasks for you to complete.
Okay.
And once you have completed that task, I would like to get your response on what are the strengths of the feature or the functionality. Two, what is the weakness, and three, the opportunity to improve that particular feature or functionality. Okay. The first task is for you to go into groups.
All right.
And within groups, what is your thoughts on this particular screen that explains the various features within groups?
I mean, it's good because this way I can quickly look as, if I were a student and see, okay, here's all the things I can find here. And if I'm looking for something else, I know this is not the place I want to be. But overall, it looks like it kind of tells me where, almost everything I'll need to do my activities and assignments is.
Excellent. The next task is to go into group collaboration status and work area. Okay. And so here you see the same screen again, some of the same explanations, but when you scroll down, what are your thoughts on this screen where you have links to do different things?
I mean, overall, once again, group tools is very clear, and I can see this looks like the same thing as what was on the first screen. I mean, honestly, what would be great is if here each thing had, active links to what I was looking for. But other than that, I mean, it's clear what it is and what each topic is for.
Great. So we're going to do two tasks. The first one is I want you to create a group task.
Okay, so down here, group task?
Correct.
Okay. And then I'm going to create group task. And so this would be as a student, right? I would create this. Okay.
Very good. Yes.
So if I'm a student, I would want to create some task like research for final project.
Yeah, and they'll be doing a financial plan for the final project. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'll put financial plan. So it's clear. Then I put so I'm assuming our group would agree ahead of time on what each person's responsible for. So here we just sort of put it in writing to make sure no one can get away, because I know when I was always in school, there's always that person that tries to get away with stuff. So each group member will contribute some, maybe something like 3 helpful links to good research, as well as a typed up summary of research to use towards our financial plan.
Excellent.
Okay, and then due date is important because everyone has different ideas of what it should be. So if today's the 2nd, maybe something like by the 6th would be good.
Yeah, and this is not the due date set by the professor.
This is our group saying our research needs to be done so then we can move on to the next task.
That's correct.
So people can't wait. And I mean, for priority, I guess I'd call it normal because it's the first step. It's not like we're at a deadline yet, a horrible deadline. So I would just call it a normal priority.
Excellent.
And then submit.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, great. What was your feel about the usability of that feature?
Well, it was extremely easy. There was no part of it that I was unsure what I should do. And I really like this because I feel like the group has to be responsible for creating its own sort of rules and norms and tasks. I think that gives them more ownership of it. And I can say as a teacher, I have noticed that. And this way, there's no way anyone can blame the teacher. Each group says what works for them, and they all have to stick to it.
And what about the functionality? So you like the priority? Do you like the priorities? Do you like the due dates? Do you like the?
I love setting a due date, and
okay.
I like the description. I mean, the priority to me, I don't know that I would always care, but sometimes when there is something that's urgent people need to do, I like the option to put a high priority. I don't know that I'd ever use low priority, but definitely I like having the option for high sometimes.
Okay. And so anything, so it seems like there's not much you want to improve in this.
No, I really like this.
Excellent. The next functionality we're going to look at is to edit a group wiki.
Okay.
So I would like to see how you would navigate to doing an edit for the group wiki.
So I think I would go over here. Back to week 1, and then group wiki. Okay. And then create one, you said?
Edit.
Edit one. So I would go to edit wiki content. And then here this would be sort of like the workspace for my group if I were a student.
The content area that you guys, if you did your research, so you would contribute your research here to show links or attach PDF files, so on and so forth.
Now, can I change the name, or does it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Wiki for Collaboration, I would put research sharing. Oops. And then group members, please put your name followed by your 3+ links to research and a summary of each link by the due date. That's always the issue. And then there would just be empty space here that each member could put their part.
Correct. So you would be able to start off with maybe one research content here with this as well. But yeah.
And people could keep adding. They might not find all 3 at once. They could just go back, because that's why I said put your name, so that way each person sort of has a section. Maybe even each member could, put theirs all in blue, and I put mine all in pink, just to make it clear whose is who.
Great. So you set up some group rules. Okay. So.
And then should I submit?
Yes.
To create it? Okay. All right.
Okay. So you have done this. Do you like this feature? What are the strength, weakness, and any room for improvement?
I like just having this common area to have work together, that we can put anything. We can put links, we can put text, that it can be both. And I like, because it's sort of like all there in black and white, who's doing what. Because once again, with group projects, the benefit is they learn from each other, but the negative can be that they take advantage of each other. So I feel like anything like this, they can have in black and white, who did what. It might kind of gently encourage the slackers to not be slackers. So I do like that. Now I could create another wiki page, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I could have multiple ones.
Yeah, you could. Matter of fact, maybe you can attempt to create a wiki page.
Okay, so I could create another one here now that is start the say for example introduction. Introduction to the plan. And then here I could put, for people to start, let's all start writing our introduction, and everyone needs to contribute.
Excellent.
So let's see. Okay. So then, yeah. Now, the one thing is I'm not sure what happened to the other one I had. Oh, they're all over here. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. So then they'd all be listed on the right. I see.
Correct.
Got it. The only thing I would suggest that might be nice is on this right side is if I had an option to view my list on the big screen, and it would give maybe the name plus like the first sentence or something, just because if we had a lot going, it would help us know, almost like an email, how they'll show you the first few words, something like that might be nice. But since it's over here, I mean, it's not really necessary. Oh, and then here people can even comment. I like that too. That group members can comment just on the general thing without actually typing in it. So let's say we write the introduction and we're done with that. But
can you put in a comment?
Sure. So people have already, let's say in here, they've put in, we've all together written the introduction. Here, we can say, great job, guys.
Could you rate the comment made by a particular student? Meaning, could you say it was a good comment versus this didn't add value to our project?
Well, I mean, that's what I would put in the comments. Yeah, so great job, guys. Looks good. I still feel we're weak on rationale for why this company or something.
Excellent.
And then other students could comment back to that and say, I agree, or it is in there. Did you look at the second paragraph? So.
Excellent. I
like this where we can comment about it, but we're not messing with the actual text of the wiki, of in this case, the introduction.
Excellent. Do you see the blue button, My Contributions?
Yeah, over here on the right. Should I click that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's see.
There's only one user set up for this group, so you can see that all the contributions that are made by you as a user here.
Now this is awesome. This is wonderful. I mean, as a teacher, this is wonderful because so many times you have one kid doing so much of the work, and one, that's not fair to him or her, but also you think all the kids are learning equally because they're all contributing, and that's not the case. So not only, one is to keep them honest, but also to make sure they're all learning. So if someone hasn't contributed, they probably don't understand it, or they would contribute. So that's something I think is great. As a student, as a student, this would, I think, really make me, if I'm a slacker, go, oh man, I should do this. I need to do more. Look at how few words I have. Especially if, I could see me and the other. I don't know if that's possible, but to see mine and the other people in my groups as a comparison, like, hey, I wrote 43 words. Oh, but, John did 300 words. I need to get moving. And so for if a portion of my students' grade is how much they contributed, it's just, I feel it's going to lead to much more equitable work and better learning.
Excellent. So any the improvements seems like you'd like to see your work as a student compared to other group members' contribution.
If possible. It's fine if the professor just runs a report, because I think the professor can see it somehow. If they just send a screenshot to the whole group, that's fine. I don't need to be able to run the report, but ideally I would like to be able to sort of see everyone in the groups.
Okay. All right, so you mentioned about professor and teaching. So let's change the mode from student to professor by clicking on that green now. When you see on, now you are in professor or teacher mode, and you have more access to the features within this within the learning management system.
Mm-hmm.
So the task I would like you to work on or look at is to run a report on students' contributions.
Okay,
Yes.
so I go to run the evaluation report,
Very good.
course evaluation, and then it's the group one, right? So
Correct.
user activity and groups, I'll run. And now it would give, oh, I have to pick. Okay, so,
These are your report specifications.
okay, I think I would do PDF because, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Because I would want to just send it out to students and not let them be able to change anything. So I think I would keep it a PDF, and then I could just share it with them like every few days and say, hey guys, okay, start date. So I would want to look at whatever time period I'm judging them on. So I'd probably have different time periods for within the project. This one I'd probably go from the 2nd, and then I had made the due date the 6th. So I would want to see what they had done then. And then I'd pick everyone in that group. So let's say all 4 members, and then submit.
Have you highlighted the user?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I had to highlight. Okay, highlighted them. So I would highlight all 4 and then submit. Select an end date. There is no activity. Okay, well, in real life, I would select, I guess.
Yeah, this is just a test environment, right?
All right, so.
It takes a while to generate the report.
Okay.
So as the report is generating, what
do I download a report to view it?
Because it is a PDF, that's probably,
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So this would show a pie chart for each member?
Yeah, it's just a report that would show up. Do you like the report? Do you feel like the report should not be there, or?
I mean, I love this. I love having a visual. I mean, oh my gosh, to show this to my students, and I mean, right in front of their face would show, hey, you did whatever % of the work, and the other person didn't. I think this would be a wonderful tool as a teacher to really have accountability, and for students, I think it's sometimes we think well, they must see how little they're doing compared to the others, and sometimes I don't think they actually do. So with this, it would be very visual for them, and I do think they're willing to change a lot once they're faced with cold hard facts,
Excellent.
Which this is.
Excellent, great. So let's go back to the not to the report, but to the course itself.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So by and large, we have a performance tracking system within a course, which is the managerial accounting analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're trying to solve any problems, like a business problems, a problem-based learning,
Mm-hmm.
Overall, what is your opinion about the performance tracking system as a teacher, professor? Is this a tool that you find useful to have, or it's an overkill?
I love this. I mean, I don't know if this exists in Canvas for me, but I'm going to look because I really like, and I keep saying it, but I love the accountability, and I feel like it benefits everyone, teachers and students. I didn't even know something like this really existed, and it's so smart because, like I said, it helps fix almost all, I think all actually of the problems that group projects are fraught with, and leaves you with hopefully just the good part of group projects.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrea, so much for your time.
Oh,
I
you're welcome.
appreciate it. This ends our usability test.
Oh.